So today I'm going to talk about how talented chefs, like culinary chefs, get signed to major food franchises or restaurant franchises. Because I think being a chef or being in the food industry in many ways is similar to being an artist. I'm going to explain why. But let me dive into this topic and talk about this. So again, my name is Matej. Another day for Music Biz Daily. Wait till the end of the video so I can tell you what me and my team have going on this month and how we can help you. But let me get to this topic of how do talented chefs get signed to major food franchises? And the answer is they don't, right? Of course, you can go on a major like Food Network show like Iron Chef and then win there and then probably get a job placement or maybe get like a joint venture deal with a major food franchise or things like that. Just like an artist can go on American Idol or America's Got Talent and also get a major deal or a joint venture that way with a major label. But I haven't heard of any chefs like getting deals from TGI Fridays or getting signed to the Cheesecake Factory or anything like that, right? It just doesn't happen. And let me tell you why I'm trying to compare these two industries, right? I believe that being a chef, or at least being a very talented chef that eventually becomes famous and gets lots of notoriety and can become a millionaire off of having their own franchise or just being a famous celebrity chef is sort of similar to being an artist in many ways, because you have to be super passionate. You have to really have some talent plus years and years of practice to really be top of the top tier, right? And it's sort of this passion thing, because like anybody can cook just like anybody can sing or be a musician and all that. And you guys are probably looking at me like, no, not everybody can be an artist and all that. But in 2021, it seems like everybody is an artist, right? Like there's no threshold to to I don't know, like gauging the talent in any type of way. Put it this way, there's an oversupply of talent out there. I keep saying this all the time. There's an oversupply of talented artists. I'm not playing with you. Just like there used to be and still is an oversupply of chefs, because anybody can cook and all that. But let me discuss with you how chefs actually make it in the industry. And if you as an artist sort of operate a similar way, I can guarantee you that you're gonna have a way better chance of making in the music industry than any other artist of not operating this way. So look, a chef can go to a culinary school. That's one way of getting a great job placement. They learn the trade, they understand about the business, customer service, how to make food, how to cook it, all of that good stuff. Even some of the legal things about what type of food you can cook, where are some restrictions, what are federal laws about food preparation, all that stuff you learn in the culinary school, and then you can get, of course, a job placement. Or people just like entrepreneurs or artists, they just figure this shit out. Like they just love cooking, right? And they're like, you know what, I got this $15,000, I'm going to open up a small food truck, I'm going to get going, and I think my food will be phenomenal and everybody's going to rave about it once people get to taste it. But how does that usually happen? They have to figure out through the Department of Licensing or whatever for the state of, how can I get a food truck? What type of inspections and licensing do I have to have in place in order to operate properly, so I don't get in trouble with the state, the federal government, or the local authorities, things like that. So they figure all that out. They're learning the business here. They're figuring shit out. Then they figure out how to hire their first employee. They figure out how to actually properly market, right? Like I've never met a restaurant or a chef that would get fake followers on their Instagram page to make it look like their restaurant is popping. I've not met a restaurant yet that has, but I'm not in that industry, so obviously there may be some trying this out. Let me know if you know any restaurant getting fake comments, fake views, fake followers and all that, to see if there's actually attracting any type of customers. Now obviously if a restaurant is placed in a good real estate location where there's a lot of foot traffic and people are hungry, that's one way to be in business. But also if you don't understand the business and you have poor customer service and everything else about your business sucks, you can very quickly run the restaurant into the ground. The industry number is that 60% of mom and pop restaurants do not make it the first year in business period. But look, just like a chef can go to school, so can an artist. My guy Ben told me that I went to visit a studio in Brooklyn. If you guys see that on my page, he went to Berklee School of Music, and his band, Art Decade, that's how I met Ben through my ex-girlfriend's cousin Jamie, who also went to Berklee. Pretty much all those people that went to Berklee, all of them have a career in the music industry. Now they're not A-list artists or producers just yet, they're heading that way. Like Ben is working with major acts. He's getting major placements on McDonald's commercials and on Microsoft commercials and all of that. It takes some time, but they all were taught the industry and they have a way better chance of succeeding in the industry than some artists just trying to figure it out. You get my point? I guarantee you that most people that actually go to a music school, that take the school seriously and have the right connections to the teachers and all that, have a way higher chance of making the music industry and having a career than people that are just trying to figure it out. Again, just like chefs, you could just get a job as a cook out of necessity, and then you discover your passion. You figure out, like, man, I could do this, I could do that. So you transform a local mom and pop restaurant into something special because people, the word starts spreading around the neighborhood. People already come in there as customers. You put your own twist on the food. Next thing you know, you're competing at Iron Chef and all these different things, and your career starts blowing up. You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of talk about some other ways of doing it, because I've seen recently a show or a pilot for a show where basically it's kind of like Shark Tank, but there's going to be investors invested into people with food trucks. And this is what I talk about with artists all the time, that as an artist, if you build your brand and your business on your own independently, kind of like a passionate cook or a chef builds a food truck of a brand of food or their style of food independently, then you may be able to attract investors to then help that chef take that food truck into a national franchise, eventually into brick and mortar restaurants, or maybe do a deal where they start getting frozen food products in Costco and mass distribution, all of that. Same way for artists, if you can build your brand and your small business independently and start gaining leverage, that's one way to get a deal with a major label if that's really what you're looking for. But if you can go that far and create leverage and build a fan base on your own, you might as well remain independent. And of course, for that, join my Indie Artist Accelerator. But anyways, so that's one way chefs can also get to the further industry. And look, even to get in front of these investors, again, the chef wouldn't be able to do that with a food truck if they don't participate in real human being marketing, whether they're getting in the newspapers, local blogs, or they're actually advertising on Instagram or Facebook with the proper ways of setting up their ads to only target the local area, to only reach out to the real, human beings, only do it for lunch, let's say, or like dinner rush hour or whatever. There's strategies for all of that, right? So I'm going to end this video by saying that at the end of the day, it comes down to understanding the business and understanding the industry. Whether you're a chef or a musician or a real estate agent, or I don't care what you are, you have a better way of succeeding if you understand what you're doing and you understand the intricacies of the business, marketing, the laws, the legal, all of that. You have a way better chance of success than somebody that doesn't, right? And look, if you don't believe me, look at the interview with Cameron. Read 50 Cent's book. Both of those gentlemen figured out the industry by coming to a label. Yes, they got signed. That doesn't happen anymore. That was in the 90s, but they got signed to a label and they're just talking to everybody. Okay, what does the marketing department do? What does the PR department do? What does the street team marketing department do? How do you distribute the records? What do we need to do? X, Y, and Z. Cameron figured this shit out within the label. He was a student of the game. He was a sponge. Same thing with 50 Cent. Gene Simmons, one of my favorite entrepreneurs in the music industry, the band member of Kiss, figured it out in the same way. So I'm just going to leave it with that. That's it. Understand the business. Either go to school for it, join my Indie Artist Accelerator or something similar, or if you're going to do it on your own and figure stuff out, you hopefully are figuring out by not wasting money like I did, 30 grand, and I got scammed, to learn what not to do. But if you're going to do it on your own without any proper education or help or talking to the right people or having the right people around you, you may have to learn the hard way, which that is one way to do it. And hopefully you figure out and you have the resiliency and the consistency to keep it moving and become successful. So again, if you guys want to know how me and my team can help you, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you hit the link in my bio. Specifically look at the Indie Artist Accelerator, because if you're in that community, you would already have many different blueprints to start taking your career to the next level on your own, understanding the business, all the intricacies and everything. This month, July 13, we have my good guy Alonzo Alston, a lawyer, music industry lawyer that really focuses on helping independent artists coming on, doing his own class. I can't wait for that. Next month in August, I got my accountant Barry doing a class on how to write expenses off, all of that. This Thursday, if you're in the accelerator, Be Easy's coming on again. We're doing another song review. We're doing that twice a month for any member that's been part of the accelerator for at least 3 months. If you don't know Be Easy, look him up, Google him. He's a major DJ on Shade 45 on LA Leakers, working his way up in the industry. Also check me out weekly on Twitch with Clinton Sparks on his show, Win Big with Clinton Sparks. We got a segment called Music Biz Weekly. You're gonna learn a lot from that. If you're watching me on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Continue to give me feedback. Let me know if you want me to do videos on anything else. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button for that reason. So that way, if I end up answering one of your questions, you get a notification when I drop the video. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description below, you can find out about our services, what me and my team do, what we've done, case studies, all that good stuff. As always, I will see you all tomorrow for another day of Music Biz Daily. Until then, peace.